In exactly a month's time, the highly anticipated watch fair Watches and Wonders will commence. A watch event in which many horological enthusiasts and fans prepare many predictions of what brands will release ahead of the year. Mainly, the hype is focused on Rolex because unlike other brands, they let zero secrets out. And that is what we will be showing in this video. Our very own 2025 predictions for Rolex. We must reinforce that these are only our predictions. Nothing is confirmed. So we are only fueling the speculation. Before I get into this video, if you guys can subscribe to the channel and like this video, that would be massively appreciated. And hit the notification bell so that you don't miss an upload. And as always, if you would like to buy or sell your watch with us here at Time for Diamonds, be sure to check our description where you can see a link to our website along with our contact details. So without further ado, here are our Rolex predictions for 2025. 2025 is a big year for Rolex as it marks the 120th anniversary of when the brand was established in 1905. This year is also a celebration for one of their models, the GMT-Master. We have seen 70 years of the GMT-Master, causing many rumours to circulate of a new GMT-Master II. We are adding to the speculation with a celebration model, introducing our GMT-Master II anniversary model, with inspiration taken from the 50th anniversary model reference 116718LN. Our prediction for this model is that it will only be cast in 18 karat yellow gold, with the option of the Oyster or Jubilee bracelet. Also, two different dial colours, in green and black to match the ceramic bezel. The GMT-Master II reference 116718LN was released in 2005 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the GMT-Master. So this could be a remastered version of that piece, celebrating the 70th anniversary of the GMT-Master. We have incorporated the colour green as it is a colour that Rolex tend to use to celebrate their anniversary models. So it wouldn't be a surprise if Rolex was to incorporate the colour green again. But we also believe that 2025 might see the release of the Coke. This is a rumour that has been circulating for quite some time, and this year could be the best time to do it because of the anniversary. If a GMT-Master II Coke is to be released, we believe that it will be identical to what we see on the Pepsi, where you can get a stainless steel version with the red and black bezel and black dial, and a white gold version with a red dial or meteorite dial, which I think looks absolutely beautiful. If either of these two GMT models were to be released by Rolex, they would be some heavy hitters. However, does seeing one enter mean seeing one go? There have been rumours for years of a discontinuation for the Pepsi. There was a rumour circulating last year that Rolex were struggling with the fading of the blue and red on the bezel. The discontinuation of the Pepsi is also built on the fact that Rolex tend to discontinue models that have had a lifespan for 5 to 10 years. And of course, the speculation of a Coke model is enhancing this rumour even more. Basically saying in order to add the Coke to the current GMT-Master II collection, you have to get rid of the Pepsi. And I completely understand that because the demand for the Pepsi model is already extremely high. And for me, if the Coke model was to be released in either the stainless steel or white gold, there would be an insane demand for that watch too. So if these two models existed in the same catalogue, I think it would be incredibly difficult for Rolex to control the demand of the models. Alternatively, Rolex may discontinue the GMT Sprite, a rumour spread around the end of last year. And the reason behind it is fairly straightforward and simple. It is purely down to the fact that it is not as popular as the other GMT-Master II models. The GMT-Master II Sprite, also known as the Lefty, is tailored for left-handed people. However, that doesn't mean to say if you are right-handed, you can't wear the watch. But the crown placement is a struggle for right-handed people, which tend to be a larger population of the world. Unfortunately, others will still tend to choose a different GMT model. It is quite a shame because I really like the bezel, and this is some people's most favourite GMT model. However, I do really believe that we will be saying goodbye to the GMT Sprite. Whilst we are on the topic of discontinuations, let's go through some more. There has been many rumours circulating of a discontinuation for the Oyster Perpetual celebration dial. In fact, there are even some articles that are confirming that this is true. Obviously, we do not know for sure, as Rolex have not said anything and the model is still up on their website. Despite its launch being fairly recent in 2023, it's not the first time that Rolex have scrapped a model with a very short production run. To be honest, there isn't really any reasoning behind its discontinuation. People just feel like it is time for that watch to be retired. Now on to the yellow gold deep sea. This is a watch that I personally completely despise. Another watch that, if discontinued, has had a very short production run, as it was only released at last year's Watches and Wonders. And I am actually seeing a few more on the market, to be fair. But in my opinion, I don't know how Rolex are going to keep the demand up for that watch. It currently sits at £50,600, which in my opinion is crazy. Maybe it's just a personal hatred for this watch. I don't know. I still think this watch won't last for a very long time. And why not just get rid of it now than later? The final discontinuation that we are predicting is the Air King. The Air King for me has become a slightly forgotten watch. And for me, it's a watch that doesn't really have any trajectory. There's not much that you can do with the watch. Yes, Rolex could produce a two-tone, or they could produce a full gold option of the Air King. But in my opinion, that's just Rolex running out of ideas. Maybe it would be a good idea to create a full gold option or a two-tone option of the Air King to build a rapport with Rolex. Instead of having to choose a full gold Daytona or full gold Day-Day or something like that, you can actually choose a full gold Air King, which can help you build up rapport. But even still, I don't really see how that would benefit Rolex. Purely based on the fact that, as I said, there is not really much trajectory with the Air King, it could get scrapped. Moving away from discontinuations and onto new releases. Let's start with the 1908. The 1908 for me has to see improvements, because this is a watch that, again, like the Deep Sea, is not really in demand. It is a watch that has never really gained a demand, but I think it should, because it's such a classy watch. And I really love the models that were released last year. Rolex have to do something to that watch in order to increase the demand. And I think they could do this by releasing the stone dials for the 1908. This would be a return for the stone dials, as Rolex have a long line of history of using these dials on the Day-Date collection primarily, but also the Daytona and Datejust. Additionally, if you haven't seen on their social media, Rolex have been highlighting their dial making expertise. So we might see a return of the stone dials. These dials would have a matching color leather bracelet, and I think they look absolutely beautiful. We also have a prediction for material, and that is the use of titanium. We believe that titanium will be applied to the Sea Dweller primarily. Currently, the Yachtmaster 42 is the only model to be cast in titanium. Due to the fact that the Sea Dweller is a model that has had a longer production run without any update, there is a high chance that it might receive an update for this year. So why not update the model with titanium? I don't think there would be any more updates to the Sea Dweller. It would keep its black dial and red writing and black bezel, just the addition of titanium. And titanium could be applied to other water sports models like the Submariner and Yachtmaster. As I said, titanium is currently only used on the Yachtmaster 42. So we think it would be really cool to introduce titanium to other models in the catalogue. Finally, the Explorer. We believe that Rolex will add polar dials to the Explorer. This is on the 36 and 40. I think this would look really, really nice. You could argue that if they were to release a polar dial on the Explorer 36 and 40, there would be a decline in demand for the Explorer 2 with the white dial. However, I see the Explorer and Explorer 2 as two completely different models, so I don't think they necessarily affect each other. I think it is a really nice watch that has a clean and sporty aesthetic, and one that would be cool to be added to the Explorer collection. Now on to our final prediction, and that is potentially a new model of a Perpetual calendar. This was a prediction that featured in last year's video, as there was a patent leaked showing that Rolex were in the works of a Perpetual calendar. And this could be a really good chance for Rolex to release it, because as I said in the beginning of this video, it is their 120th anniversary. There is definite scope for Rolex to release a Perpetual calendar, as there are models that have components and complications part of a Perpetual calendar. So Rolex creating a Perpetual calendar is definitely possible. Whether that will happen this year, I'm not too sure, obviously, hence why it is a prediction, but I think this year would be a good chance for them to to do it. As I mentioned in the introduction of this video, these are all our predictions. Nothing of this is confirmation or true, and it is very rare that you actually see these predictions come to life. It's mainly just a bit of fun. But let us know in the comments what you guys are predicting to be released from Rolex this year, and whether you like or agree with some of our predictions. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.